Hello, good morning. It is a new topic today. Why the top title of the essay is Why Rational People Buy into Conspiracy Theories, written by Maggie Cotham Baker. Why Rational People Buy into Conspiracy Theories is a scientific essay written by Maggie Cotham Baker. The writer has drawn multiple principles regarding the ideas of conspiracy in the world. Research has been carried out about the conspiracy theories throughout the world, but the fact has not been discovered in it yet. Though there are so many researches being carried out, no facts, no truth, no reality has been discovered yet to address or to solve the problem of conspiracy theory in the world. It is all about the political conspiracy in the US. It is mainly based on political conspiracy in the USA and the global attacks by the terrorists, because the terrorists are attacking throughout the world, and there is a global attack by the terrorists, and it has become a greater problem. Anti-Semitic conspiracy theory goes back at least to the Middle Ages and for the Jewish world domination. The United States has long been the fertile ground for the conspiracy theories. Americans feared the Catholics and the Freemasons in the 19th century feared in the past. Many conspiracy theories flourished developed in the 20th century after related often related with communism and internal enemies. There was internal enemies in this world, especially in the United States, and there was a war against communism, and there was just Catholic problem. So people fear and they created a doubt, extreme distrust, paranoia is the term that is used for extreme distrust. Other conspiracies have focused on extraterritorial and government cover-up alien activity. American politics has often attracted the conspiracy related thinking. The terrorist attack in September 11, 2001, and the claim that the President Barack Obama is not the US citizen, and other election time conspiracies in the US are the examples of conspiracy theories being in the dominant role. Psychologists say that conspiracy theory has not become so much of response to a single event as it is the expression of an overall events of the worldview. There are many world events and no terrorist attacks, and no one event or single event has been addressed properly. So Americans have always had the extreme distrust. They always disbelieve, and there is always an alternate version of reality. The scientific research has displayed that the conspiracy theories have become more convincing by the public or to the public than other real theories are without conspiracies. If something is said and people or the public do not believe in it. Theorizing the conspiracy theory is not limited to the margins. It needs the wise and skilled acts and plans. The wise and sane minds possess an incredible conspiracy capacity for developing narratives, and even some of the widest conspiracy theories can be grounded in rational thinking. It is through the rational thinking the widest conspiracy theories come in the just reality. Conspiracy theories appear to be a way of reacting to uncertainty and powerlessness. It creates distrust, fear, and cynicism. These are some of the terms especially used with the conspiracy theories. Cynicism, distrust, fear, right, are some of the terms. Powerlessness, uncertainty. Once the events take place, once the incident or any terrorist attack take place in the world, and people feel powerless, helpless, uncertain, and hopelessness, helplessness, powerlessness, uncertainty, and fear, doubt, extreme distrust, and cynicism are the common ideas, common things that appear with the conspiracy theory. We are powerless in economic recessions, terrorist attacks, natural disaster, and looming threats. We can do nothing. We become very helpless and powerless. In the situation of such powerlessness, the part of the brain called amygdala kicks into action. Amygdala means that brain makes quite active when man becomes powerless, helpless, hopelessness, and at that time, some part of the brain, that amygdala, starts functioning or working out, and that comes in the action. It is not guided with reason. It is rather without any reason and thought, any principle, it comes into action. It is known as the emotional activities caused by disasters and annihilations. Annihilations means destructions, right? That can be called just emotional activities. It is the brain's capacity for generating new narratives and to contribute so much paranoia, means distrust, in the US and the other countries of the world. Internet has made this conspiracy theory worse. Internet is almost expanding information throughout the world, and conspiracy theory is becoming worse. Political scientists have shown that inaccurate political information can leave people more convinced that the false information would be the true one rather than the facts. People do not believe in the truth, in the reality, rather the false information they believe as a truth. That is what is the real position or the tool or seeds of conspiracy theory. Bad information helps to favor the worldview. People believe always in bad information, not in good information. That becomes very popular. The internet's tendency towards tribalism helps reinforce misguided beliefs. A University of Kent psychologist published research in which they exposed people to conspiracy theories about climate change and the death of Princess Diana. It indicates that conspiracy and climate change are interrelated so far. Though it may not be interrelated, but it shows, because that research has displayed so. If we believe that the government and the corporations are hiding the evidence that vaccines harm children, we are less likely to have our children vaccinated. As a result, pockets of measles and whooping cough infections and a few deaths in places in low child vaccination rates would be found. So that would be another outcome of conspiracy theories in the world. Psychologists are not sure whether powerlessness causes conspiracy theories or vice versa. However, the current scientific thinking suggests that these beliefs are nothing more than an extreme form of cynicism. These are nothing but only the doubt, extreme form of doubt, distrust, paranoia. Conspiracy theories are unknown, and it takes place all of a sudden, as the Twin Tower attack in September 11 in 2001, and it causes loss of both human life and their property. The world remains in threat in all time by conspiracy theories, and no security and peace ever be thought and realized. Better we can use here be. B is missed, be thought and realized. Peace is never felt in the public when there is a conspiracy theory. In the country, even in the most powerful nation like the USA, there is no peace, no just hope and anything else. That is always in distrust. The conspiracy theory is a concern with poverty. How conspiracy theory comes? It comes with poverty, with famine and starvation, power competition of getting more and more and gaining more energy, natural resources, and the politics. Conspiracy theory has become one of the problems all around the world. It is linked with dissatisfaction, injustice, inequality, racial conflict, its discrimination, and disgrace in the society. Where racial conflict, comma, there. This barrel, comma, its discrimination, and then disgrace in the society, discrimination and disgrace in the nations, discrimination and disgrace in the whole world. These are some of the reasons why conspiracy theories take place, why conspiracies come in the world. It is also the outcome of the fear of one another because people fear one another. As a result, conspiracy theory comes. It is to be addressed jointly by with global justice and fair with the dealing of all humans as human beings without the concept of masters and the slaves. If there comes the concept of masters and the slaves in the world, superior and just inferior, and powerful and the powerless, and haves and have-nots, rich and the poor, and then employed and unemployed, naturally conspiracy theory takes place in the world. Otherwise, if such situations are not addressed, if there is global justice and then fairness and dealing humans as human beings and the concept of making the society without a masters and slaves, if it does not come, and what happens? Conspiracy theory gets its importance. It flourishes, its value becomes more, and more attacks and deaths take place all around the world. So conspiracy theory has become not positive thing, rather it is a negative and problematic in the world. This is how the writer has captured some of the ideas, how conspiracy theory has devastated the world, has brought a kind of negative effect in the world, has brought a kind of death of many human beings, many lives, and annihilation or destruction of the property. So conspiracy theory is not good. Conspiracy theory should be addressed with the global concept, with the global belief, with the global fair and justice. Otherwise, it gets the ground of fertile ground of its growth. This is how the writer has brought the concept of both conspiracy theory and its solution and why it takes place and how we can solve it. Right? This is the idea of conspiracy theory. And I need to talk a little bit in Nepali to the Sanskrit students who are very weak in English, right? यस एसेमा कन्स्पिरेसी थ्योरी षड्यन्त्रको सिद्धान्तमा किन मान्छेहरू असभ्य मान्छेहरू फस्छन् भन्ने कुरामा राइटरले आफ्नो विचार ल्याएका छन्। संसारमा षड्यन्त्रको सिद्धान्तले नै सबैलाई काम गरेको छ। एक आपसमा कसैले विश्वास गर्दैनन्। विश्वास नभएको सोसाइटीले नै सबैभन्दा बढी षड्यन्त्रको ताना बुना बन्दछन्, जाल बन्दछन् र टेरोरिस्ट आतंककारी आक्रमण हुन्छ र संसारमा सबभन्दा बढी कन्स्पिरेसी थ्योरी पोलिटिक्समा हुन्छ। एक आपसमा कसैले कसैलाई विश्वास गर्दैन र अमेरिकामा सबभन्दा बढी कन्स्पिरेसी थ्योरीले काम गरेको छ, राजनीतिमा काम गरेको छ। जुन कन्स्पिरेसी थ्योरी अनुसार चाहिँ मान्छेले सत्य कुरो भन्यो भने पनि त्यसलाई असत्य भनेर ठान्छन्, असत्यलाई सत्य भनेर विश्वास गर्दछन् र यो कन्स्पिरेसी थ्योरीको अहिलेसम्म संसारमा भएका जति पनि घटनाहरू छन् यो कुनै न कुनै षड्यन्त्रको थ्योरी सिद्धान्तबाट भएको हुन्छ। यो सिद्धान्तका पछाडि कोही न कोही लुकिरहेको हुन्छ, त्यो अनसिन पावरमा हुन्छ, नदेखेका मान्छेले यसरी बनाउँछ, षड्यन्त्र बनाउँछ र संसारलाई ध्वस्त पार्छ। जब मान्छेले संसारलाई ध्वस्त पार्छ कन्स्पिरेसी थ्योरीबाट, मान्छेलाई मार्न थाल्छ, त्यति बेला पावरलेसनेसको, होपलेसनेसको, हेल्पलेसनेसको कन्डिसन आउँछ, अनसर्टेन्टीको, अब के हुने, अब कसो गर्ने भनेर मान्छेहरू अतालिन्छन्। त्यति बेला केही पनि गर्ने सोच आउँदैन, तर त्यति बेला एउटा दिमागले यस्तो सोच्न थाल्छ, यस्तो एक्सनमा आउँछ जुन इमोसन एक्सप्रेसन गरेको हुन्छ र यसलाई समाधान गर्नका लागि, कन्स्पिरेसी थ्योरीलाई समाधान गर्नका लागि संसारबाट एउटा न्याय अनि समान खालको व्यवहार, मान्छेले मान्छेलाई मान्छे जस्तो व्यवहार गर्ने, मालिक र दास जस्तो कुनै पनि व्यवहार नहुने, धनी र गरिब, खान र पाउने र नपाउने, जागिरवाला र जागिर नभएका मान्छेहरूको यो बीचको सम्बन्ध नै नराख्ने खालको पोजिसन आयो भने कन्स्पिरेसी थ्योरी षड्यन्त्रको सिद्धान्तलाई कम गर्न सकिन्छ। नभए प्यारानोइया भनेको सबैभन्दा बढी एक्सट्रिम डिस्ट्रस्ट यो अमेरिकन पोलिटिक्समा, जो ओबामालाई तिमी अमेरिकाका नागरिक होइनौ, क्यानियामा जाऊ भनेर भन्नु बाध्य भयो चुनावका बेला। यस्ता कुराहरू प्रशस्त हुन्छन्। इन्टरनेटले सबभन्दा बढी कन्स्पिरेसी थ्योरीलाई झन् साह्रो बढावा दिएको छ, किन भन्दा सबैभन्दा बढी जानकारी इन्टरनेटबाट मान्छेहरूले पाउँछन्। त्यही इन्टरनेटको माध्यमबाट जानकारी पाएपछि कसरी आक्रमण गर्ने, कसरी षड्यन्त्र बन्ने, कसरी एकले अर्कालाई फसाउने जस्ता कुराहरू मिडियाबाट, इन्टरनेटबाट थाहा पाउने हुनाले यसैले झन् साह्रो बढी यसलाई प्रोत्साहन दिएको छ भनेर राइटरले दुईटै कन्स्पिरेसी सिद्धान्त पनि कसरी किनिन्छ, साइकोलोजिस्टहरूले के भन्छन्, रिसर्चले के भन्छ, रिसर्चले यसलाई समस्यामूलक देखाएको छ, यसबाट मुक्ति पाउनका लागि कसरी समाधान गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने विचारसहित आफ्नो एसेलाई अन्त गरेकी छन्। यो साइन्टिफिक रिसर्च हो, यो वैज्ञानिक खालको अनुसन्धानबाट लेखिएको लेख हो। In short, the writer has captured this conspiracy theory's principle through the scientific research and has claimed that this conspiracy theory is not good for human beings. It is harmful, it is destructive, it is quite bad, and it must be addressed on time. But it has become a great problem in the world, and terrorist attacks, number of deaths, number of casualties, massive murders and other things, like the sudden, all of a sudden, without any knowledge, without any information, the evidence great terrorist attacks take place, as it has taken place in September 11 in 2001 in Twin Tower attack. So there is no warning, there is no information, there is no notice. It comes, the terrorism takes place, and these sort of things are great problem in the world. So these things are to be addressed on time. This is how the writer has just given a kind of warning to the conspiracy theory makers in the world, and it is to be addressed on time, otherwise it becomes like a cancer in future for the whole world, for global peace, for harmony and security and public security, public peace, public satisfaction never comes with the concept of conspiracy theory. So conspiracy always takes place because of dissatisfaction, injustice, inequality, racial conflict, discrimination, disgrace in the society, in the nations, and in the whole world. So these sort of disparities should be addressed on time. Otherwise, this goes on and becomes a great global problem. Thank you.